Hey everybody, it's Huey,
And David.
and it's a winter day, snowing outside, so
We're gonna tell you how to be a better top.
you could stay indoor and top or bottom all day.
You decide.
Okay, first of all, for all the tops out there, it's very important that you kind of like get an anatomy lesson. Well, you can just Google or do like a little bit of research yourself. The reason why this is extremely important because an ass is not just, like a tight hole for you to jam like a giant stick in there.
Or a
You know,
small one.
There are like a lot of like things inside that's not, just like a straight tube. So it's very important that you kind of learn what you going into.
Yeah, so basically where to aim.
So there's like the prostate and there's like a bunch of stuff in there, and it's very, it's really good to kind of have a good picture of, like what you're dealing with, because what's gonna cause pain and where the pleasure spot is basically.
Another very important thing would actually be to stop bottom shaming. So by that I mean if someone has experience or had much more partner than you did, don't call them loose. And it's not really nice. Also, don't ask them like, are you clean? Like, did you clean well? I don't want any doo-doo on my D. But this is implying that the person is dirty and it's shaming the person. So basically, he's not gonna feel good about himself if you ask those questions. And it's the importance of not asking those things or not calling them names or loose or... I mean, you don't go and have a hookup and insulting the person, right?
Well, instead of saying loose, can you say, wow, you are very talented bottom?
No, you can't say that. It doesn't mean a person that has more experience is automatically going to be loose. If that makes sense.
I mean, just have a lot of sex toys.
Stretching.
Okay, and another thing when it comes to topping is that you should change it up a little bit, like not just going full speed or slowly the entire time. Like vary it a little bit, change up the speed, change up the position. Like you think about it, like just going like full speed really hard for like a while and then stopping, going slowly, it's gonna make your partner beg for more, and then
beg for more. Also, kind of related to the speed, I would say you mentioned taking breaks. So taking breaks is a good thing. So basically,
like a smoking break.
No, not a smoking break. That would be terrible. But what I'm talking about is like while you're inside, you don't have to pull out. You just stay there and just like wait a little bit. First of all, it's gonna probably help you last longer. Yeah. And then if your partner, like, cause let's be honest, being a bottom kind of hurts sometimes. So it kind of gives him a break and gives you a break for your endurance. So that's a really good thing. And also, I said take a break while you're inside, but you can also pull out and take a break. It's something you can do as well.
Oh, another thing to remember is that your penis is not the only tool that you could use during sex. You have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Well, maybe not use the toes.
Well, some people could be into that. That's not my thing personally.
But yeah, like use your fingers. Like it's way more flexible than your penis. You could do all sort of things with it. You could really directly stimulate the prostate. But remember, it's very important that to have very nice and clean, like cut nail.
No sharp edge.
Yeah,
because you can easily hurt someone.
Yeah, just remember the inside of a person is very sensitive.
Okay, so next one would be, we're talking about using different tools. So you can also use your tongue, which, before you actually get inside. It's true, it's gonna help, first of all, lubricate, stretch. So let's say you kind of preparing your entrance.
Yeah.
So use your tongue.
Or toys. Don't be afraid to use sex toys in, you know, during foreplay. It's actually really gonna help kind of heat up the game and keep things interesting.
Exactly, and it's kind of interesting to try something new again. Like you said, you talked about different position. Well, this can be part of it. Some excitement, something new that you would like to try with your partner.
Yeah.
Another thing is, well, you guys should play safe and you can choose your condoms because some material is going to be irritating for some people, and using a condom, it hurts a bit more. There's more friction, so you also need to select a good lube.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to use like tons of lube. It will really help.
Exactly. Some like less, some like more. So this is something you can actually talk with your partner.
Yeah. In regard to that point, it's actually very important that you communicate with your partner, because, you know, like, while it's mostly all pleasure for you, it might be a lot of pain for your partner. So you're gonna have to talk it through. You know, you have to be very considerate with his feeling, because it's not easy, you know, to bottom for someone.
So another important thing about being a good top is stop worrying about your size. First of all, it might affect your performance. If you keep thinking about, oh, am I big enough? I'm like, you're gonna lose confidence and maybe you're gonna lose your boner.
Yeah. Well, unless your partner is a size queen.
But that's then not important. This person's not gonna end up with you at the end.
Well, yeah, just the way you should think about it is this is what you have, this is your tool. There's nothing you can do about it. So worry about it too much, just gonna degrade your performance. So you're just gonna have to learn to use it wisely, and, you know, skills can overcome size.
Exactly. So if you listen all the tips we just gave you, maybe your size is not gonna be as important anymore.
Another thing that people often overlook is intercourse doesn't just involve only penetration. You know, there's other parts of the body that need to be stimulated as well. So your breathing and, you know, like touching in other sensitive parts like nipples, ears, you know, like kisses in different places can actually really enhance the whole experience. So it's just not, this is an ass and you just go all in and you keep going at it. Just try to, you know, like use different parts of his body and yours as well.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes just a simple blow of your breath in the neck or something is like, it can be really pleasant. Yeah. In addition to everything else.
Yeah. Like some people I know, their nipples are super sensitive and they like it to be stimulated.
And other people don't feel a thing there. I have no nipples.
Oh, you have nipples.
Well, I have like nipples, but I don't have the thingy that, like, the little salami coming out, however.
The little salami?
I don't know how to call this in English. So like the little thing that pops out and becomes hard, I barely have it.
Yeah. In contrast, mine is super sensitive.
Exactly.
So just like touch it and it's like...
Exactly. So it depends on the people. Some people are sensitive, some are not at all.
Yeah. Thank you guys, and we hope that you enjoy listening to our tips on how to be a good top.
And maybe you can let some comment below to let us know what's your experience and if you have any questions as well.
Yeah. And don't forget, always be safe.